Hey guys, for the past 5 months I've been living in the Philippines, and in this video I'm going to share with you my top list of shocking things which I find in this country. Little disclaimer, it's my personal opinion, please don't get offended, it's just a fun video. And my number one in this list is the relationship between Filipino people and their tiny dogs. I feel like they are more than pets to them, they are like babies. They take them everywhere you go. In the shopping mall, everywhere, you can see so many people with these tiny little dogs. And actually not tiny, with big dogs as well, but with dogs. They love their dogs here. There is so many people who carry them in their strollers. One time in the shopping mall, me and my husband, for the fun, we were counting people who have strollers with dogs and people who have strollers with kids. And you know who wins? The pets. And the little dogs are so cute. They also dressing them up and putting some ribbons and everything. They just look adorable. And the other shocking thing about that is that most of the doggies are actually wearing diapers. That's the first time I see such a thing. Where I'm from, usually you walk your dog outside and you pick up the poop with a spatula and put it to the bin. That's how it works. But here it's the first time where I see so many doggies wearing diapers. It's so shocking to me, honestly, because for me it's something really strange, really weird, and I would feel pretty disgusting to change the diapers to a doggy. And dogs live like 10-15 years, so yeah, just when you're getting a dog for the 10-15 years, you know that on daily basis you're gonna change dirty diapers. That's no for me, but it's something people here get used to, I guess. But it's definitely interesting, definitely shocking, so definitely deserves to be number one in my top shocking things in the Philippines. The next thing is religion, because actually Filipino people are Christian, and I travel a lot in Southeast Asia and most of the countries are Buddhist, and honestly I was expecting Philippines to be Buddhist country as well. But when we arrive here you realize that it's definitely Christian country. Kind of number one shocking thing about that this country is Christian. But the other shocking thing for me was that how religious people actually are here, because normally to realize what kind of religion is in the country, you can buy like two things. For example, you can see some monks or like people dress up in this religious clothing, but it's pretty rare. Like in Thailand you can see a lot with people wearing this orange monk clothing, which is pretty cool. And also you can see the temples or churches or mosques all around, so that's another way to realize what kind of religion is in the country. But here you cannot really go wrong with a religion, because in so many advertisements you see this religion kind of sayings in so many buildings, in so many tricycles. Like everywhere you go you will see something like "In God we trust" and "Jesus will save us all" and this kind of stuff. That was actually shocking to me. I think that was one of the most religious countries I've been to. Even when you are in, let's say, Dubai, it doesn't feel that much as it feels here, you know? So that's definitely interesting and shocking thing for me. And like being a Christian country in Asia, that's cool as well. But I think it's something to deal with being the Spanish colony for such a long time, because you definitely feel this influence of Spanish with names, because it's so many with San Fernando, San Juan and all this kind of stuff. And the religion itself, it looks really Spanish influenced as well. The next shocking thing is actually really positive to me, is that they really good here with using plastic. There is no plastic bags at all. If you go to the shop, it will be this brown paper bag, which is great. In the fast food here, they just give you without cup, without straw many times, which is really cool. But I think they go a little bit extreme with these paper bags as well. For example, if you go to 7-Eleven and you buy even the tiniest item, they still will give you this paper bag. The next thing I want to mention is shopping malls. There is so many shopping malls in the Philippines. It's just ridiculous. It's actually a great thing. Like in the big cities like Manila, you know, it is hot and humid in the Philippines, and if there is sun, it's just you feel like you're in the sauna. So what we're doing actually sometimes with my husband, for example, we need to go somewhere, and it's like we see it's 20 minutes walk, and we are finding the road to be able to walk through the shopping malls. And normally in Manila, most of half of the way we can walk through the shopping malls, which is great. So you just come to enter one shopping mall, go through it, get out, and usually there is just another shopping mall just across the road, so you can cross the road and get into the next shopping mall. And sometimes you can just walk like this from one shopping mall to another shopping mall, being in the shade and in aircon. That's amazing. But yeah, seriously, like there are so many shopping malls here. I feel like in Manila it's like every few meters there is another shopping mall, and one is bigger than another. But like it's a cool thing. It's just something really interesting to me. The next shocking thing for me is karaoke. Actually, about this one I heard before I came to Philippines, because everybody speak about it, so I was prepared. But still, it's something which is really cool, because it's like everybody loves doing it. And not just karaoke, people like singing as well. So many times I see people just like sitting and singing out loud, or walking and singing as well, which like normally people will feel like ashamed and like shy doing that, but here people are not shy. You're just walking around singing out loud. That's cool. You know how many times I see like some worker or something in like a shopping mall or something, they're like doing their job and they just singing along with it. That's just so cool. And about this karaoke, you know, there is like these playrooms in the shopping malls and stuff. They actually have a tiny room where you can come and sing karaoke. That's just so fun. I never see such a thing anywhere else in the world. That's pretty cool. The next thing is actually a big minus to me, because I'm really scared of it, and it's cockroaches. And I'm talking about these tiny cockroaches. I understand the big cockroaches, it's something which in Asia and in hot countries is like normal thing to have, but they're usually outside and they go out only at night. I kind of get used to this kind of stuff, but what I'm talking about is this like tiny one, which are usually indoors and not outdoors, and they don't really care about day, night, they're always around. And honestly, in the Philippines, I think I do travel a lot, and I never see a country with more cockroaches than I see here. And they're everywhere here, especially in the big cities, and not only in the big cities, because we've been staying in Manila. We also been staying in the small town of San Juan in La Union province, and in both places they were full of cockroaches, especially like shopping malls, the restaurants and all this kind of stuff. They're everywhere, and that's horrible. I actually even saw them in a metro inside the train, which is like so weird, because I never see such a thing, you know. And it was in San Fernando in La Union. It was one fruit and vegetable market, which was like outside. It was just like roof covered. It was like little stalls selling vegetables and fruit, and we've been in this market like for, let's say, 5 minutes, and then I start realizing I was like picking some fruit or vegetable, I don't remember, and I see one cockroach. I get scared, I step back, and then I start being more conscious and I start checking around, and I saw so many. It's like everywhere, all the vegetables, all the fruit was like full of cockroaches. I got so scared. I told to my husband, JJ, we need to leave. I cannot. I like supporting the local producers and farmers and buying things on the market, but I cannot do that. I better go to the shop and buy everything a bit more expensive and less quality, but I cannot deal with this. And like thinking that this apple which you're gonna eat, it was like cockroach was all around. It's just disgusting, honestly. Now we are staying in Manila, and honestly here is like everywhere. We even have it in our apartment. I'm trying to fight it. I'm trying to put so many drugs around the house. I'm taking the rubbish straight away, especially like if I'm cutting fruit and vegetables. I'm putting to separate bag, and I don't leave it at home longer for a few hours. I always take it away. So I'm being so clean at my home, like everything, wiping straight away, washing the dishes, but I still have them, and honestly that's just frustrating. Today actually I see in our elevator they had a announcement that like many people were complaining about it, and they're gonna make like chemical spraying around, but I don't know if it's gonna fix it or not. For some reason it's just so many of them here. So yeah, that's shocking and not pleasant thing for me for sure. Moving on to the next topic is the strange jobs in the Philippines. There is so many these weird things which honestly I don't think there is a need for it. For example, in many shopping malls you can see a special, usually a lady or sometimes it's a guy, who have a chair in an elevator and their job is to press the buttons. Honestly, I just don't see a need for this kind of job. You can just come yourself and press the button which you need. I feel like sometimes it even slows down the process because they take more space in the elevator. Like this is just strange for me. And there are also like some other things, like for example, sometimes instead of the traffic light there is a person on the road guiding the traffic or like helping the people to cross the road. Or sometimes there are people, usually it's like next to the hotels or shopping malls, they help the cars to park, or they help like stop the traffic and kind of help the car to get out to the road. Just for me it's something which I didn't get used to, and it's a strange thing, but it's just an interesting fact, so I'm sharing it with you, so because that's a purpose on this video here. And the last shocking thing for me is that, you know, there is a trend everywhere in the world to be healthy, eat healthy and all these things, but I feel like in the Philippines it's not that much. Because people here, they love eating sugar, they eat lots of sugar, even like in these fruit shakes, you know, where you do like mango shakes and everything, they do put lots of like condensed milk, the syrups and everything, which I don't understand like why there is a need for that, because I do love mangoes here, they are so sweet, and if you just mix them with the ice, it tastes delicious. Like, why would you need to take this healthy product and make it unhealthy? I don't understand. And there is also like so many fatty meats here. People eat this kind of like even the chicken, they use the fatty parts, like for example the chicken ass, which normally in my country I don't think you can even buy it. They just cut it straight away and put it somewhere to waste. I don't know where they put it honestly, but I mean, like, there are some parts which I even didn't know exist, but people here, they eat it. It's something just interesting. And also like sometimes in the supermarkets I checked around what people are buying, and they are buying so many of these like crisp and cookies and like some little bags. Sometimes they have like this shopping cart, you know, full like this with this like 10 types of crisp and blah blah, and I see like there is like kids and mom buying all this stuff. At first I was thinking maybe they have a shop and they buying this kind of thing to sell it somewhere else, but then I start meeting more and more people like that in the supermarkets and realize that's how people shop here. So I guess this culture didn't really come to Philippines yet, about like caring what you eat and like how much sugar you eat. It's just interesting, you know, something which I was honestly shocked about. And every time I order coffee, it's kind of normal thing not to say about sugar. Here you need to say, because how many times I order coffee and I forget to say no sugar, and they bring it and it's so sweet. I'm like, so weird, because usually like it's a normal thing not to ask for sugar, because usually they prepare it without sugar, and then if you want, you add it. So yeah, that's another interesting fact for me. That's it. Write in the comments if you agree with me or disagree, or maybe there are some more shocking things which you find living in the Philippines if you are expat. But yeah, it was just like fun video to share with you guys my experience of living here in the Philippines. And thanks for watching until the end, and see you next video. Bye.